I'm calling this the Starship Trooper build. That's because it's based on the benefits of a shield in reference to the classic sci-fi movie Starship Troopers. How's it going, guys? My name's DPJ and today I bring you another BR3 video. If you guys do enjoy it, leaving a like really helps me out, and subscribe if you want to see more. On screen now you can see my weekly giveaway along with last week's winner. To be in with a chance of winning this yourself, follow the instructions on the screen now and good luck. Okay, so if you guys missed my video yesterday covering the recoil shield, a quick recap. The recoil shield is a one-time drop per Mox's Heist DLC 1 campaign completion. Unless you back up your save files and so forth, you don't have another chance of getting this unless you run through the entire campaign again on alternate characters. It drops from the mission all bets off. In my video I tried and tested this thing, and although it's a decent shield, in my opinion it's built more so for those defensive builds, or at least defensive at base, working from there forward. I learned on Zane under his barrier skill tree that this works alongside the distributed denial perk, and it got me thinking, can a build be built around this shield which works amazingly in Mayhem 4, as I know that's what all you guys want. A build that isn't mainly defensive though, and in general kicks ass all around. The answer is yes, and that's what I bring you today. Now my previous Zane build, the Winter Soldier, probably my most powerful Zane build ever, probably one of the best Zane builds out there. This Starship Trooper build takes the basics of that build and changes a few things up to help with the shield, which in return benefits you. What I've ended up with is a build which isn't quite as powerful as the Winter Soldier, but in turn you are literally invincible. You almost always, I'd say 99% of the time, will have your action skills active too. Now because of the perks of using the distributed denial passive ability with the recoil, the bullets not absorbed do ricochet back at that enemy. And this build makes the absolute most out of this, and the fact that that is the main benefit of the shield, the recoil shield. So let's run through this build. Shield, obviously the recoil, 50% chance to reflect projectiles while shielded, 80% when not shielded. You want to live forever? This is a reference to Starship Troopers. The main character is called Rico, and a part of the movie he says, and I quote, "Come on you apes, you want to live forever?" This one anointed to Zane, and while Sentinel is active, gain 15% increased movement speed. This truly helps this build in terms of extra damage. Although it isn't 100% necessary, if you can get this anointed on this actual shield, you are ready to go. Massive shout out to my friend Rangers Mad69 for hooking me up with this shield. Much better than the one I initially had drop. Class mod, you need to have the Seen Dead. This is obtained from literally any enemy on the handsome jackpot. The dedicated drop boss though is the jackpot. This is very important to this build, as damaging an enemy with your weapon has a chance to activate all of your selected kill skills, and also adding 25% effect bonus to each that's activated. Now this build works with the barrier perk of distributed denial, Seen Dead, and that recoil shield. All of these, along with a few other perks within that skill tree, work hand in hand, and I'll explain as I go on. Grenade, I'll go with something that gives you any additional damage upon action skill end. I have many grenades with this anointment. I was literally just trying this one out. This grenade itself isn't important though, it's the anointment that really helps out. And although you will not be throwing grenades within this build, we will be using the perk of the Sentinel dropping those grenades. Artifact is a tricky one. I'm currently switching between two here and making the most out of both of them. This one here, the Auto Idol, for that cryo damage, shield recharge, but most importantly the action skill cooldown. With this and this build, it takes literally 2 seconds for that barrier to regen, and that's if it ever runs out. I use this, or I use this loaded dice here for extra movement speed, which again helps damage wise with this build. If you have an artifact which offers both action skill cooldown and movement speed, that is the ticket. Weapons we will come back to. So skill tree build, starting with Sentinel. 5 points into violent speed and 5 into violent momentum. Most of our damage output multipliers are due to speed within this build. 3 into Cool Hand, drone delivery selected, and 5 into Salvation. Salvation isn't a true must, and you can swap this out for Cold Ball if you want. I just prefer that constant flow of health back, so I'll go with Salvation. Death Follows Colour selected, and then 2 into Good Misfortune. This is also a key element to the build, and I'll explain further on. Action skill 1 is Sentinel. Here guys, you can use what you like in terms of augments. I just prefer the extra buffs from both Bad Dose and Static Field. So let's move onto Barrier. 5 in Adrenaline, 5 in Brain Freeze, 5 in Rise to the Occasion, Confident Competence selected, Really Expensive Jacket selected, 5 into Best Serve Code, Fertility Belt selected, 1 in Nerves of Steel with also Calm, Cool, Collected selected, and then the main one, Distributed Denial. Barrier will be your action skill slot 2 with Retaliation and All-Rounders augments. Now with Salvation, the Sentinel's Static Field augment, Adrenaline, Rise to the Occasion, Really Expensive Jacket, Fertility Belt and Calm, Cool, Collected, your Zane will be good to go in terms of defense. Your shields and health will be regenerating faster than they will be depleting as long as there are enemies in front of you to shoot. So I will now explain how this build is so efficient. With the Distributed Denial perk selected, your barrier will now reflect bullets the enemies fire at you. Those reflected bullets don't just damage the enemy, it also has a chance at triggering the class mod of Seeing Dead into action, activating all of your kill skills. And because Good Misfortune is also selected, you have a chance of also extending your action skills time and length. Now with this setup concentrating on using both action skills at the same time, your Sentinel also does the same, so it can also trigger that class mod into play. This again means that it shooting at enemies extends your action skill length. Now onto the weapons. The weapons are in reality down to you. But what I do insist you look out for are weapons anointed to Zane offering this, while Sentinel is active, gain 50% of damage as cryo damage. This because your Sentinel will almost always be active, and because of this you will get 50% additional damage from this alone, stacking with all the movement speed bonus damage too. But also guys, bullets ricocheted from your barrier while you are holding a weapon with this anointment also seems to deal the extra damage. The anointment on the grenade not only helps out within a few seconds you are out of your action skill, but bullets that reflect back also have this additional bonus elemental damage that the grenade offers. So what we have here guys is a build which is just utterly incredible for both damage and defense. And I ain't kidding you when I say I literally did about 20 minutes of recording of this Slaughter Shaft gameplay on Mayhem 4 without once losing my action skills. Continuously surrounded by that barrier, not really being damaged at all, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. Besides the odd time I had to run back and restock on ammo, I constantly had my action skills active. And even when you do lose them, they are back within seconds anyways, utterly crazy people. Pairing a Sentinel firing at enemies, bullets bouncing back and you firing too, you can understand why your action skills never deplete thanks to Good Misfortune, as all trigger this, thanks to that class mod of Seeing Dead, which is just amazing. Now I know this build would work probably better with other shields selected, that isn't the point, I just wanted to make a build in which I know the recoil played a decent role. And that's what this is, the Starship Trooper build. Guys, if you figure out a way of improving this, let me know for sure. But on that note, I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you tried this build, and I hope it works for you. On that note, we have come to the end. If you guys enjoyed it, leaving a like really helps out. If you are new around here and want to see more Borderlands videos, be sure to subscribe. And if you never want to miss a video I upload, you can turn notifications on by hitting that bell button. But guys, thanks as always for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I will see you on that next one.
Suck on this, you bloated